Well, welcome back to Prague. Slovenia play France in the last game of day one. It's Group C of the group phase of FIBA EuroBasket Women 2017. And these fans have never done this before. They are at their first EuroBasket Women final. These guys have. They've been here lots of times. They have won this title on 2 occasions. Here's the schedule of the day. We've had great games. Greece have just beaten Serbia. Russia won earlier against Latvia. And Belgium sneaked it against Montenegro. And we have Slovenia and France. And if France thought this was going to be the walk in the park, Slovenia have looked good in preparation. And the results so far tell you everything you need to know about not taking any team lightly. France with the number 3 FIBA ranking, Serbia with the 9, Greece with 20, Slovenia, as they have not made it to this level of competition, have no ranking as such, no ranking points. So it's their first chance. But it's not their first chance for these players to shine on an international stage. Their lineup is full of players playing in the Women's EuroLeague. They've added Shante Evans, and they haven't come here just for the experience of being at their first Women's EuroBasket. They are here because they believe they can make the second stage. And once you get to one-off games, anything can happen. Slovenian basketball, as you know, is full of tradition and full of quality. And this women's program is looking to emulate and live up to that. The trouble is, they play one of the most successful countries in EuroBasket women history. 2 times champions, 6 times silver medalist, and the runners-up from the championship last time. Also, a silver medalist in 2012 at the Olympic Games. This team know how to win and compete, and they have a lot of experience, not more so than Celine Dumerc in her last EuroBasket championship. And they've added some real excitement. Eliane Johannes announced herself on the international stage last summer, and this team under coach Garnier have real medal prospects. With me throughout the whole of this group phase is Teresa Brantlova. Teresa, it's a big day for Slovenian basketball.
It's a huge day, I would say, and that team has completely nothing to lose, and I'm sure they're not stepping into this tournament that they will lose every game. I'm sure they will try to compete in every game in their best ability. And it's going to be interesting to see in which attitude, which team effort, and generally the performance they're going to step into this tournament by this first game.
We'll now have the national anthems of France and Slovenia, and we'll be back after the playing of those 2 national anthems. We'll start with France. And now the national anthem of Slovenia. Well, you always know what it means to a country, its fans and its players when you hear them singing their national anthem. And this team is going to enjoy every single minute, but that's not where they're primarily here. They're going to enjoy it, but they're going to look to upset a French team that always arrives at the EuroBasket with aspirations for medals. And as do their fans, the expectation is incredibly high. For those French fans, it's incredibly high and gives confidence to their players. They are a team that whoever pulls on the jersey of France believes they are competitive. Shante Evans making her EuroBasket debut as a naturalized player alongside this Slovenian lineup. Going to get a look at rosters and referees shortly. But after all the excitement we've had so far today, with Belgium winning, Greece winning over the current defending champions, who knows what's going to happen in this game tonight. Here are the three officials. La Cola from Spain, Marquez from Portugal, and Iona Kusarova from the Czech Republic. And the third team, as we always like to say, you've got to do as much as a team as the two teams in uniforms out there. Trees, we're going to get a chance to look at the rosters at the moment. We'll start with France and it's a roster that's just stacked with experience and quality.
Absolutely. Team France, as you mentioned earlier, has the highest ambition in this tournament. They're not going to underestimate nothing at all, so we can expect the first five to be full of experiences, full of determination, and I'm sure they will make their best not to have that surprise in this game.
Well, Dumerc, who's led this program through its success since they won the gold in 2009, is at the point, and when she's at the point, you know they're going to run some incredibly efficient half-court offense. CX won a EuroLeague this year with Kursk, so they've got experience across the roster. There's always a debate about who plays the two spots. We look at the Slovenian roster, and again, it's not an inexperienced roster. Highlight, obviously, Nika Balic. I tell you, Oblak has had a successful season. This is a good team.
We've watched them to train, and I think they are very impressive at this moment, and I'm really, really looking forward to see what they have to offer at this tournament.
Wow, the two guards in the backcourt are tough. Balic and Oblak at the backcourt. And Persic on the inside is very, very experienced. They go with the two centers, so they're going to try and match size with size. And Baric is going to be a big, big ask for Dumerc. Baric, since she broke onto the international scene as a very, very young 14-year-old playing in age group competitions, has been an absolute, superstar, and was very, very important to Ekaterinburg this year. Celine Dumerc, there's no point in saying anything apart from she is one of the greats of the game and has had an unbelievable stellar career. She's going to want to go out on a EuroBasket high. Coach Garnier has been involved with this national team for a long time, first as the assistant and took over the head coach reins, and has been enormously successful. She would love to be part of a sign-off for Dumerc where they get a gold medal, and that's why they're here. They're here for gold, they're not here for anything else. Whereas Coach Držić, wow, what a steep learning curve this guy's going to go through in terms of experience of going day on, day off. You don't very rarely at a club go 3 days in a row with games. It's a different ask.
Especially if it's your debut on the senior EuroBasket, you trying to focus and go step by step. Every good game from this group is going to be success for them, even though, as we mentioned earlier, they have the aspirations to upset some of the big teams.
Well, in the Group A qualification, they were 3-8, 3-1, and got the nod over Latvia in terms of winning the group on points difference. But they only shot 24% from the three-point line in that campaign, so interesting to see how France prepare for that. By converse, France won every game in their qualification by on average 24 points, and they were just unstoppable. They've gone 6-0 in prep. They beat Spain in the last game before they came here. This team has serious aspirations, and who would bet against them making the semis and the final and perhaps even being a EuroBasket champion? DeAndre Young with the interesting number. No, I'm not sure about all this numbering now. We've got a number 97 and a 93. Who'd be a referee? You're running out fingers in terms of singling that one.
It's quite unusual numbers for basketball.
Well, welcome to Prague. The last game of day one. France in the blue, Slovenia in the very, very bright green. And we're underway, and France will have a first look at the half court. And Celine Dumerc and Nika Baric are going to go right at it from minute one. Dumerc off the high screen, they're going to switch that. Feet set for three, way short. Siak's on the glass, he's got to put this back up, goes with a little hook for two. And Persic and Siak is a nice matchup, very like for like in terms of athleticism. Balic. And Ndiaye plays a little bit of football, traps it with a left foot. Oblak will move it on, finds Balic on a little bit of a skip. 5 on the possession. They go high-low with that twin towers off the glass. They can't get it to drop. They will not get a new 14, and that's a real disappointing start. They could have really taken advantage of that on the inside. The 3 is way short. Niem's going to collect.
But we can see France starting to play their organized game, right? Trying to get everyone touches. As we just could see, they playing, again, there's a cooperation between guards and centers, which we can expect the whole game.
Siak has really grown in confidence with her time there at Ekaterinburg. Sorry, at Kursk. Persic is blocked by Siak. Siak in crucial part of Kursk's win in the Women's EuroLeague. 3 seconds on the possession. Oblak has to fire it up. A tough one, hits nothing. And Slovenia look like a team in their first EuroBasket at the moment against a team that is very at home here. They've just got to always do it at the defensive end. Knuckle down, play some defense. Here's Dumerc. Sarah Michel finds Dumerc, his flares to the corner, is fouled on the penetration. Big emphasis to get Siak touches early here. They realize that this group is full of size. They've got to get the most out of Siak because they could dominate on the inside with this team.
And she's going to be a key factor for that team deeper in the tournament. With the absence of Yakubu, she has now that space when she needs to step up, you know, and lead the team under the rim together with Miem.
Celine Dumerc does what Celine Dumerc does. She's 34 now, Dumerc, still looks in the best shape of her life. Goes 1 for 2 from the line though, but gets her own rebound. Going baseline, needs a pass, will bring it out on a 14-second reset. Miem on a pick and pop. Dumerc's gonna have to fire up the long 3. That's no good. Great work by Sarah Michel to get the offensive rebound. And Dumerc will get another touch. Slovenia just got to work their way in. Siak for 2. A little too easy. Really cute pass by Dumerc. And Siak has all 6, or has 6 of France's 7. Baric. We'd like to see Baric just take Sarah Michel off the dribble here. Lesec doesn't get the drop. And it comes off Miem, but they're going to give it back to France. Lesec with the little push shot. They just need their first one to fall.
Yeah, they need to score that first basket for sure. That's so important for this young group.
Sarah Michel on the baseline, needs a pass. Great movement by Shen Yong, lifted, fires up, the 3 is no good. Baric has it, chance to run in transition, and Baric is lightning, can really move. Looks to attack it, kicks, they turn down the early 3. Poor looking layup. The running hook never looked like it was going to go and drop for Elic. Nico Baric will have it on the baseline. Elic mid-range 2, benches up, they still can't get it to drop. Someone has kept the lid on that hoop. Dumer.
It's a great defensive recovery from Slovenian team.
And Shenyong with a really nice rip through and go. Draws contact.
She could see her defensive player has been off balance, so she used that advantage straight away.
The Balic just gets a piece and gets a piece of Celine Dumer too. Poor run-up for Dumer, a little indecisive. I would agree, I thought I heard a whistle too. And both players stopped and looked at the officials, have to make sure there's nothing in the crowd at all. Asek will find Balic, 5 on the possession. Got to put it up. He's going to have to settle for the jump shot. Well, everything's a little haywire at the moment. Lasek goes up with the offensive rebound, can't get it to drop. Persic is after it. Dumer keeps it alive. Sarah Michelle has a chance to run.
To be honest, I don't think it was the best decision from Barry, as Lisek had a big mismatch down there under the rim when Celine Dumer was guarding her.
Well, they're going to call the blocking foul. So Slovenia down 7-0, committed 3. France haven't committed a foul at all. It's all about Les Bleus at the moment. Siak again going to work on the inside. And that's when she struggles a little bit. If you stay between her and the basket, she's going to have to work for it. Goes up and then again, Persic just stands tall and Siak struggles to get it away. All Black in transition. Wants to settle it down, run a little early pick and roll. Persic is just about hanging on to that, nowhere to go, needs a pass. Finds Oblak, lines up the 3, is way off. Chance for Dumer. In transition, she's going to pull this out though. Oh, goes into Mian, great hands. Sick got back and really got a piece of that. Look at that, Balic will look to hit the second side early. Persic. Oblak. Settles for the long 2.
That's that basket they needed.
And after 5 minutes, 10 seconds of EuroBasket women action, Slovenia tick it over. That'll settle them down. Mian, feet set for 3 is long. Oblak will find Balic, who settles for the 3 early.
Not sure that's the way Slovenia wants to play. They don't want to run the court with French team. They want to try to go for fast break, but prepare the shots as well and make the right decisions.
Young in the post, feels a double team, pressure's calm. No one rotated to help her. And Siak gets her 8th point of 9. And Slovenia will take the timeout. They can't panic. I don't know if they are supposed to come and double team then. But Nika Baric didn't think they did because she didn't rotate at all.
I would say so, and you can't make this mistakes against this experienced team, you know. That was a great read from Chachum because she noticed that they go double her down in the low block, and straight away she passed the ball to Siak, and it was an easy job for her to bring it to the rim.
Well, neither team lighten it up. 1 from 11 and 4 from 12 is not something you'll be rushing home to watch. But that's the moment. That's the moment they're in. They're in this EuroBasket environment, and they'll settle down. And this Slovenian team have got to get some inside touches.
I think this team is going to improve by the time goes. Hopefully it's not going to be too late for them, but you know, it's never easy to have that debut, and we can see it at the moment how nervous that team is in terms of not preparing the shots they want. Not playing defense they want, and I'm sure they're going to improve this game, and we will see some good actions from this team.
Well, they make no changes in terms of players. And this is pretty much the core of the team that qualified them for this EuroBasket, so only right that they get this opportunity. Johannes is in the game for France, always excites me. I think she's one of the most exciting players in basketball at the moment. Really does attack you. Edic. Get and go. Pupa is going to run. And when the Pupa runs, you better watch out. Doesn't like the numbers, so she will back it out. Mayem does what she does. With her feet set, she's one of the best spot-up shooters there is. Johannes comes up with a steal. Pupa will pull it out. Oh, spins, baseline, right hand, kisses it off the glass. And if it could go wrong, it's going wrong for Slovenia right now.
That was a great individual action. I'm sure she has practiced this move many times.
She moves it on. Persic against Amor in the post. Persic with the old style hook. Gets the drop. You're going to love the old running sky hook. Under Persic, 32 now. Has played across Europe. Back in Slovenia at the moment. In fact, no, she was in Hungary last year. Sorry, but she's quality. Mayem lines up the two again. If you let her stand and shoot, she's going to score. In the end, Mayem back-to-back gives France the 15-4 advantage. Persic in the post again, a little further out now. Why not make the same move? Persic needs a pass. She tries to get herself going from deep and does.
That was a great read from Lisek. She's seen that there are double team coming as well. She moved the ball, found an open player.
Pupa puts it on the floor, tack shoot, quick step, doesn't get the drop, off balance. EuroBasket will push. Numbers down the floor, poor decision on the pass. Johannes has it, gives it up, but Pupa just about keeps it in play. Off the floor with a pass. Amor, I think, traveled. Johannes has it. 10 on the possession. Him again, 3 in a row. How many times do you have to watch her get her feet set and stroke the shot before you make her put it on the floor? 18-7, big time start for France.
Whoever's going to guard her, they need to contest the shot. They need to put their hand up, not to make it as easy as it is for now for her.
Nice. Sandra Persic really likes this Amon matchup. Aggressive, put it on the floor. More substitutions for France.
That's what I like about Coach Garnier. She's making the early rotation, get every player involved, get this atmosphere of the big tournament early in the game. So they're ready then to step in deeper in the game.
Persic on the free throw line. Normally a very solid free throw shooter. She's one of those bigs you don't want to foul because she does make her throws. Chance to get this back to a single-digit advantage. And she does, 2 from 2. The veteran center. Trying to get her team relaxed, trying to get her team in the flow of the game. Pupa guarded by Balic. Double team comes, the trap. Now they're going to shoot passing lanes. Great cut, great rotation. And if Persic is getting hands in passing lanes, Slovenia are more than at the game. Tremendous rotation by the veteran.
See, that's what I was missing the previous game. That's the game difference. They're trying to change the rhythm of the game. They're trying to put the pressure on the team of France. They're coming out with the new things in their defense and offense.
EuroBasket will call it. Sandra Persic will hand off. Shante Evans in the game, gets her first action on the screen. Barrett goes inside, off the glass for 2, doesn't get the drop. Evans is on the glass. And Slovenia will have the end line possession. We're in the last minute of the first quarter. And if you wiped off the first 4 or 5 minutes where Slovenia was so tight, then they're right in this game. Evans wants, Evans gets. Lines up, long 2, is way short, goes after it herself, keeps it alive. EuroBasket, Shante Evans wants, again in the post. Looks to go to work. in traffic, too much traffic. She's got to look, can't barrel away through. This is EuroBasket women.
Yeah, we could see there was no way she could penetrate that way when the Persic was down in there. It would be ideal her to move.
Pooper is chased and double teamed, gets it over to Johannes in the corner for three. Almost all over the glass, great work on the boards, keeps it alive a second time. Pooper chases it down. And that's one of the things about France. It's not just about quality again, it's about their work ethic. They blow to the glass hard. Pooper off the high screen. One with a reverse layup is no good. And they're going to call a foul, and I'm on the glass. And with 4 seconds remaining in the first quarter, France will be charged with only their second foul. Bosek will inbound. Needs a pass. Baric has just about got it. Now she's got to find a way to get a shot away. Has it knocked away by a Pooper. Halfway line shot is way off. And we've reached the end of the first quarter, and the nerves, you would hope, will be settled now by Slovenia. But France have the lead, 18-9 at the end of one. Going to get a quick look at the stats. That won't be great reading if you're Slovenian. 15% from two-point range is not great. And it's not been a tremendous performance by France from the three-point line, only 14%. Well, you can always find ways to watch the best of international basketball. The new Basketball Champions League, Women's EuroLeague, all the internationals in the new competition windows. You can find places to watch all of those as we find ways to watch France just dominate in that first quarter.
Yeah, we can see that difference between the team who's been quite stable on the senior international level every time, and the debutants whose first game on that level. The first couple of minutes was tough for Slovenia, but I think they're recovering slowly, getting that feeling to play in this tournament, and I think we can just see the improvements of them as minutes goes on. But anyway, you know, to play France the first game, it's such a tough matchup, and especially for the team who's first time in the tournament.
Well, the great and the good of the basketball fraternity will tell you the way to get after France is to take them out of their organized sets, make them put it on the floor and create shots for themselves. And with that little double team, that started to happen. It took them three looks at Mayhem, who made those 3 in a row jump shots, but now they've picked that up. Maybe this defensive change will ignite Slovenia. Start of the second quarter. Nika Baric and Slovenia will have a first look at the half court. Persic is still in the game, putting in a major shift, wants it in the post. Pass was just delayed. Amon was able to move her off the post. Persic needs a pass, finds one. Great reposition. Chante Evans for 2, and that's better.
Yeah, we could see the difference now that Persic has received the ball almost at the three-point line. That's not the spot she wants to receive the ball. Instead of Evans, she just used her body constitution to make the spot in there, right under the rim, and she was effective. Well,
Johannes' pass was left a lot to be desired. Barrett in transition, gets to the foul line, stops and pops, gets the drop. And the first 4 points for Slovenia, and Coach Garnier has seen enough. There's one thing she won't want to happen in this game, and that's Slovenia begin to get comfortable and confident.
Exactly. They're trying to run transition, and Baric is way experienced player to know that she should pull up this shot, and that's what's gonna happen this game, you know. They have nothing to lose. They're gonna go for every opportunity they have.
Well, a little bit more urgency in Coach Garnier's timeout this time. Siak with 8 is on the bench at the moment. Miriam had the 2 2s and the 3. And since the tempo defensively has been picked up by Slovenia, it's become a different game. Now only a 5-point game. They got a chance to come out after the timeout, maybe get up the floor. But the double team, the little chasing double team they've employed the last few possessions has at least asked the question of France. Chartreux will inbound the ball. Dumerc guarded by Balic. I don't think they're going to want to chase and double team Dumerc. When the Pooper's on the floor. Johannes has it outside the 3-point line. Takes the screen from Amon, who dives. Got the little lifts. Can't get the 3 to drop. That's an offensive foul on the glass, surely. Well, they're going to call it on Persic. I thought Amon had come in from the weak side. End line possession. Celine Dumerc will inbound. 8:56 to go in the second. Amon wants to come, doesn't get. Chadorel going up. Little head fake, goes with a right hand hook, is no good. Evans can't pull it in. But a great effort by Dolcek to come down with it. Nika Balic. This lineup for Slovenia looks a little bit more balanced than going with the 2 bigs. And there's a holding foul. I've got to say, it's been so consistent, the officiating, the hands-on has been called all the time. Chadorel will sit down, she's replaced. And so I think everybody's been in the game already. Ayayi is, no, Skrela hasn't been in yet. Elic looks down low to Persic. That's an effort defensively. The pass was poor, but Andy Amont came up with a defensive play. Amont can't get it to drop. Dumerc hunts it down. Amont causing havoc underneath as Chanté Evans picks up her first foul. I almost don't mind it though, Teresa. They get a little bit more physical now at Slovenia. It's like nerves are over, let's go, let's play.
Yeah, but you have to be physical on this level, you know. The basketball trend goes that way, and if they won't be physical, France just would go and blew them out, you know. You don't want to be that first team that get blew out, you know. You need to be physical to compete against these best teams.
Celine Dumerc will move it on. Johannes pulls the trigger for 3, way off. And Dolcek comes down with another rebound, moves it on to Oblak, and they're in transition. Early touch, Dolcek has it in the post. Little head fake, reverse layup for 2. Great transition basketball. 3-point game. Forget all the nerves now. Slovenia are at the game, in the game, ready to play.
Dolcek already showed us by a couple of possessions that she's really well playing that post-up movement.
Dumerc with the early shot is tough, but that's what Celine Dumerc is. Just stayed in the play, knocked it out of the hands, and when France needs something, always look to Celine Dumerc. Ayayi is going to be called for the personal. Poor foul on the sideline, defending not a lot, and reached in. Siak will come back, and Skrela will check in.
So now at this moment, I think every player has been on, and that's so good to see, you know. Every player will be ready in the game later on.
Abramovic gets her first touch in EuroBasket women. Oblak. Chanté Evans gets it down low, little ball fake. Should have gone through the arms then, should have drawn contact. Tough move, went through everything.
Tough move, tough. At this moment we can see Slovenia, they putting the ball down to the position and everyone else stays and waiting at the moment. They need to start to move a little bit all over the court to create the opportunities for the player who's playing with the ball.
Abramovic called for a little bit of hold on Celine Dumerc. That's going back court. Well, it can only be a Slovenian basketball. It's either a backcourt or it's a Slovenian possession for Dumert knocking it out of bounds.
It was a great defensive steal from Abramovic.
Oblak will find Evans and takes the handoff. High pick and roll. Lisek rolls, and if she'd have dived, she'd have got it. Evans thinks about the three, moves it on. Oblak, plenty of time. Baseline, needs a pass, finds one. Pushing foul. I think he's called again. I've got to agree.
I was a little bit missing, her teammate in the corner. When she's penetrating baseline, there always have to be an option in the corner for the pass, and Stoshek has lifted, which I don't think was that ideal at the moment. Thanks God Oblak has been fouled.
Evans, and one. Beautiful out of bounds play. And after being scoreless for 6 minutes, after 3.5 of the second, they have a chance to tie it at 20 apiece. Welcome to EuroBasket Women's Slovenia. Crowd already bouncing.
And that's an impulse for coach Garnier to put back Chachung and Miam as part of the first fives, just to calm the performance down a little bit, get back to their rhythm.
Yeah, 4 of the starting lineup back in the game. Only Skrilla didn't start. Evans from the free throw line. Chance to tie the game, which she blows. But the ball will belong to Slovenia. It's amazing how momentum, effort, hard work will give you reward. Lisek there just stayed active on the glass. France can't control it. They get another 14 with 6:30 to go. Abramovic guarded by Dumert. Evans slips, keeps it alive. Great effort. 8 seconds. Oblak has it. Gets the Evans screen. That's a big screen. Oblak stops, fires for three. No good. What a board! Lisek comes up with it, throws it out. Abramovic. Ashante Evans goes pick and will roll and is wide open. They're going to go offensive foul. You can feel the energy just die in the gym.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind seeing it again. Celine Demurk ran into the screen. I'm not sure how much movement there was on the screen. Let's have a look. There's not a lot. That's not like the ones that were called earlier where people were moving all over the place.
No, definitely not, but I'm sure it wasn't too pleasant contact for Celine Demurk.
Well, this is where Slovenia need to be smart. They don't need to be chasing too much. They're right back in it. And fouls now will send France to the free throw line, and you do not want to send this French team to the free throw line.
Yeah, this experienced team, they won't give up the ball so easily, you know. So as you said, they need to be smart where to put the pressure, when to put that little bit risk to try to steal the ball and not commit the foul.
Chevignon on the free throw line. It is not good with the first. Oblak tells anybody in a green shirt, you must box out. 6:11 to go. Chevignon makes the second. We've got a 2-point game, but more importantly, we've got a ball game. Oblak into the half court. Lisek. Obramovic, nice pass. Lisek finishes with a layup. And Siak just got completely lost on that cut. Great movement by Slovenia.
And that was also a great read from Lisek, because she could see that her defensive player went straight away to hatch the screen. She thought she's going to go set the screen, and she slipped out of the screen down there. There was a great pass as well. Lisek is a very athletic player. And I think she can really contribute this game a lot.
Pupa takes the high screen. Lian picks and pops. Wide open. Surely not. Oh, this time they dodge a bullet. Chevignon goes up, finds Siak for the easy two. Well, it all went wrong when they left Miam wide open. Abramovic, who's looked confident since coming into the game. Oblak, wow, Pupa's just an athlete. Tremendous hands. Lisek stops, fires up the long two. And ever since Sandra Pesic took the running hook, everyone on that Slovenian team looks so much more at home here at EuroBasket Women. Pupa penetrates, wide open. Chevignon for three is way long. Oblak comes down, but Slovenia after 6 minutes of no score, have a chance to take the lead. Shante Evans just once, she's been a big factor. Oblak stops, fires for two. She was always going to take it. Not sure it was the best option, but
what we could have seen, she's noticed that she has a quite tall defender on her, so she knows that she's quicker than her for the penetration, which is unfortunate that she didn't make that pull-up shot.
Bingham will find Shen Yong. They go high-low. Siak's just dominant in there. They just have to put bodies on her before she gets into the charge circle. And Lisek was out of bounds when they gave it back to her. Just a mental lapse. Mika Balic will check back in, Abramovic will sit down. She's just too big, and Lisek was late. She's got to be much, much quicker on the help. And France back in front, 25-23. Meehan wide open. And they dodge another bullet. They've given her two wide open looks. Normally bread and butter for NDMEM, but couldn't drop it those times. Mika Balic takes the high screen. Now she just ghosts past Siak. Evans wide open, can't make the three. And we said right at the top of the game, the three-point stats are not something you fear. Epupa in the half court. Mian looks down low. Shen Yong has it knocked away. Barish in transition.
That was a great defensive effort.
Interesting interpretation. Siak took one for the team. In another set of interpretations, that would have been called intentional.
No, the previous defensive possession for Slovenia, we could see that Hasek played Siak very smartly. You know, you can't stay behind her if you have a high disadvantage. You gotta go into the passing lane and hope that your teammate's gonna help you from the weak side.
Well, Skrella sits, so Epupa and four starters on the floor at the moment for France. Balic, because of the team foul situation, gives herself a chance to tie it up at 25. Baric, what a career, even though she's only in her early 20s. Make that early move to Moscow. Had the knee injuries. Still in Russia with Ekaterinburg. One of the few good stories for Ekaterinburg from the Final Four. She only goes 1 for 2. Lisek, who's come back into the game as a different player. Balic will find Lisek and go handoff. Persic will come to screen. Now she'll roll. Balic finds Persic, and it's a great read because they're switched. It's a great read. Persic keep it high. There's no way Apupa's going to do anything but foul. And Barry's just like lobbed it up there and said, go get that.
Yeah, I think she didn't even see that player. She knew she's going to be there. She's seen that there's been a mismatch. And, you know, it's so easy to play when you can just throw the ball to the air, then you know that your teammate's going to get it and finish it up.
Well, Persic has had a very distinguished career around European clubs, spent time in Liga Femenina in Spain. Finds herself in Hungary now. Pressure comes now from Slovenia. Quick traps. Siak is the lighthouse in the middle of the floor. Apupa moves it on. And Sarah Michelle. It takes so much time out of the half court if they trap like that.
Now we can see the different defense from Slovenian team. They started to play a zone defense, tried to change the rhythm again, challenge the French team to see. It was a great posting up move from Mian, holding her player on her back.
Well, Persic and Lisic down low have got to dominate the keyway. They've got to be big. It's a tough ask when you've got Siak in the keyway. And Mian on the free throw line. It's normally money in the bank. The French faithful always believe. 26 apiece. 3:13 of the half to go. And Mian gives France back the lead. And Johannes will check in, as will Maja Erkic. So France answer pressure with pressure of their own.
Yeah, we could see there's been a substitution made to put a little bit smaller 5 on the court to be able to press the ball.
Oblak off the screen. Persic, mid-range jump shot. You can normally put those in the book. That little short corner jumper is purchased 8 points. She's had a really nice first half, and Slovenia, as I keep saying, scoreless for 6 minutes.
You know, Baric and Oblak at the moment seems to be very effective front court for Slovenia.
Marciak just walked in, turned around, stuck her hands up, but can't make the first one and can't make the second. And Slovenia, well, we got another upset on our hands. This was supposed to be the group that saw the matchup between Serbia and France, but Serbia have already lost. The 3 is off. Liam comes down with a defensive rebound. Pupa runs, he's got Michelle down the floor. Nice pass, great break, easy 2. Run the break, fill the lanes, get rewarded. France have a 29-28 lead. Timeout Slovenia, we've got 2:07 to go in the half. This one is warming up nicely. Excellent recovery by Slovenia. You've got to give Coach Kuzic so much credit for not panicking.
Exactly. That credit is definitely there for them, because as it seems first 2 minutes of the game that it's going to be a blowout, it's a great recovery from Slovenian team. And I think I wasn't really planning of France to give them this option, you know, to recover to the game like this, because then you never know, you know, when you have a team who has nothing to lose, it's such difficult to play sometimes against. And then I hope that France just gonna manage that, so we won't see another upset this evening.
One of those things that sometimes worries me when players get to rotate very early in games is that that's not what Coach Garnier is going to do when she's in a game that she thinks is a tough game. When she's playing in a semi-final, she's not going to have 12 players in unless she has to, or there are solid positive reasons. It was almost as though, hey, we're up by a lot, we're going to win easy, let's rotate everybody now. And that mentality sometimes spreads to players. They don't expect to get in that early. When they get in, the other players are like, well, we're going to win? Looks like we're going to win. And it looks like that now. Slovenia are much more the definite team, the team with much more focus on trying to win a game. France are trying to find it again after that really nice start. They've lost that momentum. Balic attacks it, takes out 3 French defenders with just 1 turn of pace. Slovenia down 1-2 to go in the half. Balic. Somehow they recover it. Oblak has it. 8 on the possession. She attacks the middle. Johannes guards her. She's quick. Oblak's got to put it up. Goes with the left hand. Is fouled. So often you see players settle for the jump shot in the end of the shot clock. You always have got to encourage them to attack the ring.
And as we can see, there was no help from Michelle from weak side. She just stayed by her player in the corner. France wants to improve. They need to start to play defense against this quick team.
It definitely looks like one of those mental situations. I don't think halftime can come soon enough for Coach Garnier. Wants to get in that locker room and re-establish where they were at the beginning of the game. Pupa has it. Dumert waits to come back for the last minute of the half. Pupa fills the double team, moves it on. Sarah Michelle inside. I'm on with a extravagant fadeaway jump shot, so we say, but it's the back of the ring. Persic looks to get to Baric. They'll go pick and roll. Persic was open, they missed her. They take the long 2. Drained. Erkic just drained the 2. And Slovenia, with a minute to go in the half, lead it by 2.
You see that Slovenia at the moment is in a good mood, because everyone can score from this matchup, you know. Now Maya, Erkic contributed by this jump shot.
Oh, Johannes back to the game. Extravagant 3-pointer. Only Johannes can do that on this team. Balic. Persic with a screen and is held on the roll. That's great execution by Persic. She just pivoted and Michelle's entitled to a ground, but she can't hold. And Persic will go back to the free. Persic will go back to the free throw line. This will put her in double digits for the half. It's been a tremendous performance. There you see the hold by Sarah Michelle. And Persic quite rightly draws the contact.
French team has a little bit issues in defense to guard the Slovenians pick and roll play, you know. They're reading the game because they have experienced guards. They're waiting what the defense gonna do. They're either gonna move the ball for the lifting person on the strong side, and they still see that center rolling down.
Well, Sonia Persic, 100% from the line, 10 points on the half, gives her team the 1-point lead. There's around a 7-second differential between the game and the shot clock. Johannes will move it on to Dumerk. Johannes, is she going to create for herself here? Takes it to the baseline, fires up the three, way off. Oh, great fight by Amor, just about gets it away. And that'll do it. Time's just going to run out. Going to be no review. They want to have a look at it. There's Amor. Has she released it? No, she hasn't. Ooh, I'm looking at a review too. 24-second violation is what they're claiming. They're not going to get it reviewed. But that's a tremendous half of basketball. That's a tremendous comeback by Slovenia. They trail 33-34 against France. But they had not scored for the first 6 minutes of the game. And trailed, I think, 7 or 8-0. Gonna get a chance to look at some stats, Teresa.
Definitely we can see that Slovenia has got on the free throw lines more times than France. That means that they have been aggressive under the rim and kind of force France to foul them and bring them there. Unfortunately, they have 9 turnovers, which 5 turnovers for France is such a good number for the first half, and they are quite experienced team, so I didn't expect them to have any more turnovers in this game. But as we say, France trying to find their rhythm as well. You know, Slovenia has been putting the pressure on them at the moment, changing the defense, different type of defenses as well. And that last possession just showed that they seem to be playing zone, but they stayed in the man-to-man defense. And I think that's a great way to compete against France.
Well, it was a very slow start for Slovenia, but Luka Baric and in particular, their Oblak never panicked, never went away from what they do. And that combination plus Sandra Persic, who really did do a nice job on the inside. She inspired Lesic, who all of a sudden remembered that she could play. And I do think France, after the start, just got a little complacent. 12 players rotated inside almost the first, in fact, inside the first quarter. And you're like, yeah, that's not normal. And I think Coach Garnier's got a job to do at the half to try and re-establish the focus they had in the first quarter. Well, that's a tremendous comeback by Slovenia, their first half of EuroBasket women basketball. You know that locker room's going to be buzzing. If they come out and start well, they're in a great position to perhaps cause an upset. Well, we're going to take a break. If you want to get a drink, get ready for what could be a tremendous second half of basketball. We'll see you in around 10 minutes back here in Prague. Oh, welcome back. One more half of basketball on the first day of EuroBasket Women 2017 here in Prague. And France, after a very, very dominant start, pegged back by Slovenia, lead by 1. Be interested to see, Teresa, how both teams come out in the locker room, because they're going to be two completely different locker rooms, aren't they? Slovenia are going to be, oh, we were awful, we're awful, we came back, we're ready to play. France is going to be, we lost our way, how do we correct it? So it's interesting to see how both teams come out.
It's going to be interesting to see in which favor it's going to play. You know. As I say, Slovenia is definitely on the top of the horse at the moment. You know, to play this tie game against the France, first game in their senior championship, that's just a great performance from them and recovery after that not really successful first 6-5 minutes of the game.
And I think the way that Shante Evans in picture there almost epitomized how Slovenia got back in the game, because she came in and, okay, maybe she tried to barrel her way through. But a few people came off that Slovenian bench to say, hey, we're not here to make the numbers up, we're going to play hard. And they then stopped Siak, they didn't give Siak any space to play, because at the beginning of the game she looked like she was all world. And then they bit more physical, and the game completely changed.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, I'm not sure if that's because that early rotation didn't really help them to set up that momentum as a team, you know, to know that, yeah, that's definitely not going to be an easy game. But they need to find a 5 who's going to stick to the game plan they have, because that was working in the beginning of the game and they need to get back to it.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how this pans out in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, because if Slovenia builds some momentum, as you keep saying, they're a team with no fear here. There's no expectation. There's no, oh, you're going for a medal. This is their first EuroBasket Women. They're playing well. They had a great 6-1 in preparation, 6 wins, 1 loss. So this team knows how to win, but no one expects it to be a medalist, so they can play without any fear whatsoever.
Yeah, they're focusing step by step in this championship, and today's game is just showing it, you know. They're just focusing how they performed today, and backing it up by Baric and the Blacks. Great performance so far. It's going to be interesting to see how French team is going to cope with this aggressivity and quite well-organized game of Slovenia.
Well, I definitely didn't see Sandra Persic as the leading scorer for Slovenia against this athletic big French team, but she is. And that tells you where this Slovenian team is. A chance to upset one of the most successful women's programs in EuroBasket history in game 1 of their first ever EuroBasket. So here we are, start of the third quarter. France will get the first look in the half court, and Celine Dumas will get them off and running. Skrilla starts in this second period. And still Garnier like rings the changes. Skrilla on the dribble, finds Dumas, who attacks the closeout. Skrilla on the 3 is short, and the ball cannot be controlled by Hardlia. Mont. Interesting starting lineup. Again, still tells me that France think they have this under control when they're mixing up this starting lineup. Persic moves it on. Balic. Baric. 24 seconds. What are they going to call a foul?
Yeah.
And they're going to check again, see if this was before or after the, and they're going to call it, it is.
And again, we are back to what we were before, the effectiveness of the pick and rolls of Slovenian teams causing troubles to French defense.
There was definitely a hold on the roll, there was a hold on contact. Balic will hand it off. Oblak. Averaged 15 points a game in the qualifier. Stops and fires it up. If she gets going, this French team could rue the throwing away that early advantage. Oblak finds Lisek underneath the foul line. Has to spin, throws up a bit of a prayer, hits nothing. Comes down with a rebound. Chance here for Demerck in transition. Oh, great lead pass. Beautiful finish.
I'm sure Demerck is not happy of her team's performance so far, and she's trying to change it. And I think that definitely when she's going to step up and create for the others, she can really make them crazy and get back to the game.
Balic still ready to get going herself. Ball kicked away by Celine Demerck. Ball started the break, finishes the break on that highlight.
Yeah, and that was a quite tough pass from Baric. When you have such a tall teammate as a Lisak is, you want to give her the ball high.
Well, I saw Sandra Pesic play a lot of Liga Femenina basketball, and I've never seen her that active on the glass. She's going after it. It's amazing what national team basketball does for you in terms of your desire and passion. So active. Demerck gets it down low to Siak. On with the move to Demerck. 6 on the possession. Moore has it, wraps it to Siak, who is fouled. I always tend to, I think you can read players' reactions pretty well. I'm not sure how much contact there is here.
Actually, it was a great read from Celine Demerck first, because she's seen that mismatch she had. She just made sure that the ball is delivered to the right people.
And Siak, EuroLeague Women Champion this year with Kursk in Russia, with Spanish national team coach Lucas Modelo at the helm. And she knocks down 2 for 2. A little bit deja vu at the start of this third period. It's 2 minutes and Slovenia haven't ticked it over. A 4-0 start for France. Chatillon in the lane. Now they have an issue. 8 seconds on the possession. Baric almost certainly got to go at it herself here. Guarded by Demerck. Baric inside, needs to shoot the ball. Real misread of the situation by Niga Baric. Chatillon will have to change the angle. Looks inside. Siak just ghosts into the weak side and blows it. She misses far too many first shots.
Yeah, far too many. That was a great read from Chachan though. She's seen Siak wide open under the rim. And all you can do is just to give her the ball, but you know, you have to rely on that. That's gonna be easy basket. This is way too much.
Two for 2 from the line. And what was a 1-point lead is now a 7-point lead. And Slovenia yet to tick it over in this third quarter. Oblak takes the pick and roll. Pesic rolls. Skrilla just held her. We're going to have a blocking foul.
Oblak just missed that advantage.
That's a foul, isn't it? That's a foul.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a moving foul for sure.
She came in to make the contact. Yep. I don't know why they're uptight about that one. Edic. Oblak off the high screen. Gets inside, tries to drop it to Pesic. She does. Doesn't get the and one. Will have to earn it from the free throw line, but she's perfect from there at the moment.
She made sure she didn't miss her teammate rolling down this time. She just greatly read the defense, delivered that pass for Bushes. But that's the same at the other side, you know. That's an easy basket score. They're missing the first done with, so let's hope she's going to make at least free throws.
She stepped back off the line. Always a sign that you don't feel it. So important she ticks it over Slovenia now. 3 minutes into the third quarter, yet to add to the halftime score. Makes the second. Here's this pressure, they go trap early, they rotate hard here, has to go backwards. Skrilla at the halfway line, a little late on the trap, just about gets out of it. And now we've only 15 seconds to run in the half court. Trying to deal with this Slovenian zone. Skrilla for three is long. Oblak has it, chance to run. Doesn't have numbers though. Look at Balic. Attacks the space behind Skrilla and will have the end line possession. Skrilla has always been introduced into this team to give this French team genuine perimeter threat. And it stops and pops and knocks it down.
That's what Slovenian team needed. Great screen from Lisak. Maja Erkic just pull up the jump shot.
Trap again, Skrilla just about beats it. All down the middle. Siak doesn't like what she sees, tries to find Dumert.
That was such an important shot to stay in touch with the French team, you know. Now we have a 4-point different game and everything is open.
Well, this shows Dumert the open spot and she takes it. Should be an easy two for Baric here. Skrilla, what was Baric doing? Oblak, Baric wants to foul. Oblak is just taken out by Skrilla.
I think Baric was hoping that there's going to be a foul called, but obviously this action hasn't happened. But great effort from Oblak to get that offensive rebound and bring it back up, asking for the foul.
Skrilla just imitation of her family name, so great as a rugby family. Just drove through. Here's Oblak, tries to turn the corner, gets to the ring, and one. Little hesitation, got the defense off balance, gets to the far side of the ring, goes to 5 personal with a chance to make it 6. And the bump from Miem on the way through. And Oblak, as we say, leading scorer in qualification.
Another great player, reading her defense while playing pick and roll. You can see, okay, you're not going to guard me, I'm going to hesitate and go for it.
She completes the 3-point play. And the trap is on again. And they're making France struggle to beat it. That's all they're trying to do. If they get a steal, it's a bonus. But France have to organize to beat the trap, and then they have to face the zone with less time. Skrilla goes inside to Miem and puts it on the bounce pass to Shen Yong at the high post. Tries to barrel her way through and just throws it up. Ball's out of bounds. And France are struggling to deal with a press back to the zone.
That's a great strategy from Coach Grcic, you know, to change the rhythm of the defense, to play different type of defenses as well, you know, not to let the French team to settle down, you know, to be confident, be comfortable with the way they play. Great strategy move.
Balic into the half court, message outside. Oblak moves it on. Balic will come and collect. 5 on the possession. Baric deep 3. Oh! Watch out! Upset on the cards. 42-40, and Baric halfway to the center of Prague with that one. Shen Yong. We've got a whistle on the play and a travel called. And France are just being taken out of any rhythm they had with this press, the press back to the zone. And if we are trying to look and rotate combinations, try and win the game first is the message coming out of this timeout, you would hope. Because France down 2, Slovenia have possession. Garnier wants to talk about it as Baric just nails it almost from the halfway line.
Bonus! Prosim da ste pametni.
Well, Persic with 11, Kitch with 7, All Black with 6, and now spreading out the scoring. 4 players. Obviously Pesic only in double figures, but 4 players really making a contribution on the points production. Sante Evans is going to come back in after this timeout, or is she? She was going to come back in. But I think the timeout has caused her a little bit of a second thought.
Mitchell hasn't been on the court much in this game.
Starts the game and has come back now. Garnier's tried to spread the minutes. She played half the first half. There's Barrett. No one stops her. A little hesitation. Now she needs a pass. Finds one. Open in the corner for 3. Way short. Who's coming up with it? We're going to have a jump ball. And the possession is with Slovenia. Well, they ran the play to get Urkic the 3 from the corner. They did. She didn't come up with it, but again, their fight, their spirit, they're all over this at the moment, Slovenia. They lead it by 2, 42-40. Still 4.5 to go in the third. There's a foul caught, and I think that's on Chignon. If you've seen the first 3 games here, the referees are being very consistent. They were hands-on, and hands-on has been called for the whole game. And as I've said before, referees around Europe, please take note. There's some consistency in interpretation. You've got to take advantage right now, haven't they?
I'm sure all the players playing today will be familiar and ready for tomorrow.
Got to take advantage of this situation. France are clearly rattled at the moment. The press is back on. And they bow them out with a foul. Oblak is going to look at the official and say, what did I do that I haven't done already? But there was contact, there's a foul. In that situation, she gained advantage from that contact. Marianne Ayayi checks back in. Limited time in the first half because of foul trouble. A Cooper against the press. Ayayi. Mayhem, 2-on-1 at the end of the break. Amon travels but doesn't get called. Mayhem goes up with a little putback. No good. Who's coming down with that? A Cooper is quick. Oh, great hands by Lesek. She's going to make the 2. Great finish. Slovenia opening out to a 4-point lead. Sarah Michelle fills the double team, and Slovenia have got to retain some control right now. They don't need to bail out the French in this situation against the press by reaching for the basketball.
Great energy level at the moment. The atmosphere in here is incredible as well. I think Slovenia has a 6th player at the moment on the court, but these incredible fans.
But the French fans almost look like the French team at the moment, almost shell-shocked by the situation. Sarah Michelle will find Anya Miem.
You can see the zone defense from Slovenian team.
Now he has to settle for the 3. Poor decision. A Pupa on the glass. Big time athletic play. 14-second reset for France. They need to tick it over. They had a 6-0 start. They haven't scored in eternity. It's like 4 minutes until that. And they get a scrappy 2 from Amon. It doesn't matter how you get them. You better get them somehow, and she did. Teo Black into the half court. Persic will hand off. Persic on the pick, will roll. Great lift, wide open. The execution was great. Barrett doesn't come up with the offensive rebound, goes flying over the defense. Well, Dulcet got a really nice look at the 3. Good execution by Slovenia, but you have to make the shot though.
That was a great lift from her, seeing that her teammate just needs the angle to get the pass.
Sarah Michelle knows the double team comes, tries to get away from it, goes to the hoop for the 2. Ticks it over. Great decision, ties it at 44. Oblak Gets the high screen from Persic. The sec. Balic. Got a mismatch, steps back, now goes on Mian the second time. And they get a 24-second violation. Again, they run out of time, yet they had a mismatch. Sarah Michelle will move it back. Almost a conscious decision to take a Cooper away from the point at the moment. Mian looks inside, no pass. Ayayi inside, tries to create. Mian feed set for the long two, and they can't get it to drop. 44 apiece, under 2 to go in the third. Balic, high post entry, great little pass, great cut, and Pupa get caught. She got caught, almost cheating. She didn't think she was going to make the cut. Baric recognized, gets fouled, will go to the free throw line.
You have to calm Baric. You know she's dangerous anytime she gets the space. Her first step is such a quick, and Pupa can't afford to give her that space.
So France go a little smaller, a little quicker with Dumerc, Michel, and Johannes in the backcourt. That's almost a 3-guard set. It's trying to counter this 3-guard set that Slovenia have on the floor. So they dominated early underneath with Siak, who hasn't seen the floor for a long time in this third quarter. And Baric re-establishes the Slovenia lead. Sante Evans, who could be a factor now with her energy, coming fresh back into the game after 8 minutes.
Abramovic has been a little bit confused what type of defense they play, but the teamwork on the court and the communication has been sorted out, and she knows they play zone defense.
Well, I know who Sarah Michelle was trying to pass the ball to, but it didn't connect. Here's the penetration. She knows where she wants to throw this now, but Amon has gone the other way. Not a great decision, whatever she was trying to do. Slovenia with 1:20 to go in the third. Look at an upset win right now. Oblak has it knocked away. She's okay. Will not be a backcourt. 10 on the clock. Giving Oblak some space to play. Now they'll give it a pick. Stops, goes to Persic. Great pass. And Persic just blows the layup.
That's just another easy layup missed by Persic.
And she knew it was coming. It's just a left-hand layup, and she fouls Amor on the loose ball. You see that so often. You miss, you're frustrated, you go after it. But we're going to walk the length of the floor, and it could have been a 4-point advantage to Slovenia with pressure to come.
And again, we could see a great cooperation between Gord and Vic. Oblak plays such a small this situation. When she faked that she's about to shoot, everyone was just on the straight legs, and she just easily lobbed the ball for Persic to get her wide open.
Well, Persic is going to sit. Looks like she's limping a little. I don't think she's going to limp for much more time if she thinks that Slovenia have a chance to beat France here. Amon makes the first.
But Lisek is having such an impressive performance today, so even though Persic is taking a break now to sort out her, but hopefully it's not going to be an injury. I think Lisek has the ability to step up for her and just tag that ball down under the rim.
2 for 2 for Amon. Ties it. 46 apiece. Dumas enters the game, comes up with a steal off the glass for 2. France are back in front.
That's what you said earlier, Mark. When the France needs some easy points, some good play, that's where they have Celine Demeur.
All Black. Slovenia losing their way a little bit at the end of the third, still right in this. All Black turns the corner. Poor decision. Demeur, great pass. Johannes grabs it. Miem gets set, can't complete the play, and Demeur is going to foul. And they'll take the walk down the floor and shoot the throws to tie it at 48 apiece.
That's been such a great run from France right now. You know, 2 times in a row. Slovenia is going to learn they can't just turn the ball over so easily, because it's going to be punished by the team like France.
Abramovich on the free throw line to tie the game with 22 seconds to go in the third. It's like the missed layup at this level, where Slovenia have never been before. You cannot miss opportunity. It's tough enough to score. If someone gives you a goal from the free throw line, step up and make it. She makes the second. We've got a 1-point game. Substitutions coming in. They don't want Lisek to pick up the foul at the end of this period. So Trebek will get a first time on the floor. She's just got to play aggressive and physical right now. Demeur, pressure up the floor from Abramovich.
They will definitely prepare this offense, make sure they score.
Johannes backs out, so comfortable with the basketball. Man posts, great hands to get a deflection. Great cut. Amon should blow, but she blows the 2-footer. Both teams have missed just gilt-edge opportunities to score. Amon is the latest one from 2 feet. But this was close at the end of the half. It's still a 1-point game. France have a 48-47 lead over Slovenia. Any thought of rotating players to get time is gone. France have to make sure they get the win. Slovenia looking for their first ever success in a EuroBasket women. Stats-wise, the three-point line is not anybody's friend at the moment. 2 from 10 and 2 from 16. That's not where you're going to win this game. Both teams, and the stats are so tight, it could go anyway. Well, while you see these replays and take the referees with the table, I think there's a little discrepancy between the score on the scoreboard in the arena, the score that's in the book, the score that's on the stats. At the moment, none of them are the same. I think it should be 48-48. Teresa spotted that. And they missed, I think they missed an and one free throw.
And Maya Erkic earlier this quarter was shooting and one free throw.
Yeah. And I think that they're going to explain that to Valier Garnier now. Obviously, if it's in the book, it's the book that counts, not the scoreboard. But obviously, everybody needs to know what the situation is in the gym. The Slovenian fans have not sat down for a minute of action. I think it reflects the view of both sets of fans. The French have shown up here just to get through the first game. The Slovenians have shown up for their first ever game in EuroBasket for a party, and that party involves beating the French.
And that party has been implemented on the court, because so far we see such an exciting game.
See, at this point in time, if the officials and the scorers coincide, I don't know why we need to check this. They all know what the score is. Get it right. Let's move on. We don't need to wait. So we believe the score is 48 apiece, not 48-47.
I can understand the anger of the coach Gardnier a little bit, because it took quite a long time to pick up this mistake of the table to put the right score on the board.
But the most important thing, as always, is to be right. And it's better now than at the end of the fourth.
Absolutely, absolutely. They want to go to the fourth quarter knowing what they're up to. They all know what they're playing for at this game.
So there's a little lull in activity. It shouldn't really take this long to sort out. You just go through the book, surely. Because the official stats say it's 48 apiece. So
yes, I exactly know when they didn't put that 1 point on the board. And I'm sure they're gonna research.
Well, according to the stats, they've missed the Sandra Pesic point. Sandra Pesic has 12 on the stats. She only has 11 on the board. And whether it was an M1 or whatever it was, it's Sandra Persic's points. The trouble for me is that she was perfect from the free throw line, and I thought she only missed one. She made the running hook and the baseline jump shot, and then they've got it down as 8 from 10, which is the right number. That's 12. Come on, guys, it's not that difficult.
I'm sure they're going now through game, play-by-play, you know, when you have the record of every second.
But I can't remember Sandra Pesic missing more than one free throw. Because she got fouled on the layup that she missed, and then she fouled after, so that wasn't the play. As a commissioner, they're just going to tell the coaches what the deal is, and then we can start playing. Because we don't want to lose the momentum here. This is a great one. 48-48 apiece should be the score.
You don't want players get cold before that last important quarter.
And you hear it, the official is just explaining to both coaches that Persic missed the first, made the second, and I think he said that the second one was recorded not on the scoreboard. So we're at 48 apiece, I believe. While I'm getting a little frustrated because the momentum in this game was just phenomenal, it's so important to get it right. 3 officials, a commissioner, and a bunch of scorekeepers need to just agree where they are.
At this moment, players need to make sure that they keep moving, you know. They can't get cold before this important fourth quarter of this game.
Well, they've left it on the scoreboard at the moment as 47-48. I'm still not convinced, because I can only remember Persic missing one free throw, but who am I?
And I can see French fans has woken up as well.
Well, that's the other thing. They've had a few moments to realize where they are. And Garnier quite rightly says, hey, come on. No one knows now what's going on. People are going to lose the feel for the game here. And you almost get into the scenario where whoever comes out of this break, the better could actually win the game if they hit the ground running right now at the start of the fourth. If a guy comes, if one of these guys comes out cold or loses their rhythm, it could have a huge impact. And the score is now 48-48. So we've got 10 minutes to decide who wins the last game of the day. Marianne Johannes will have the inbound, and Dumerc has the first possession. These games are made for Celine Dumerc. These are career-defining games for her. She's had so many of them. Johannes loves the matchup. Just so quick. Great second move. Great finish. They're claiming the travel. I'm like, no, this is a great second step.
That was a great individual action from this young player. And it's going to be interesting to see if the French team, as they have so many experiences, going to finish this game, you know, on the winning wave.
Well, Lesek didn't have any space to get it away. That'll be a 24 violation. So the French get a layup. Slovenia turn it over on a 24 violation. Strong lineup in the game here for the French with Michel and Johannes on the wings and Dumerc with the ball. And in the end, Miem at the 4. This team's got a lot of scoring potential. Dumerc. Johannes comes off the down screen, reads it, now has it. Same position. Gonna play one-on-one, steps back for the 3, is long. Great team rebound by Slovenia. Baric wants and gets. Takes the Ashente. Evans screen, wants it on the inside, not there. No high-low option, now there is. She's fouled as Michelle came over to help. And Shante Evans doing what she did in the first half. Energy, post-ups, using that strength. Former graduate of Hofstra University in the USA.
Before this foul has been committed, there's been a great rotational defense from French team, you know, when the teams, they have switched the pick and roll, and there's been straight away the mismatch, but Céline Dumais communicated well with her teammate to switch that back, you know, with another player coming help, so she doesn't have to guard that big player down under the rim.
Evans, chance to tie it at 50. And she does. Come on, Siak is back. Now this is where they've just got to put bodies on Siak. Don't try and be as big as her, just physically deal with her. Backcourt foul, poor foul by Siak. She gives up one. That's not the way to make your pressure work. Siak's not going to go anywhere with the ball at the halfway line. She's going to wait to give it back to Dumerc or someone. Johannes finds Dumerc. And Dumerc somehow manages. They turn it over. See, that's much better from this set because she just came out and stayed in stance. No attempt to reach for it.
Again, we could see a great doubling from the Slovenian team. You know, unexpectedly put the pressure on the French team.
Oh, tremendous execution. Great little curl. Lisek went to the basket, but Baric's pass was on the money. Just led her to the ring. Into the half court. Céline Dumais has literally got France out of jail in these situations so many times in her career. I don't think she'd have thought in game 1 of the group phase they were going to be asking her to do it again. Shen Yong will check in. Slovenia were back with a 2-3 matchup. They lead by 2. Dumais. Miem will give it a high screen. Dumais is off. Miem's after it. Ashante Evans just said, I'm having that. And just cleaned house. Baric for 3 on the pull-up.
Oh, that's a big shot.
Danger time for France because Baric is in the zone. In transition, 11 points personal for Nika Baric. Dumerc on the baseline, needs a pass, finds one. Siak. It's good defense by Evans, keeps her away from the hoop. Doesn't need to foul her right there, just says, go past me if you can.
And that's what you mentioned earlier. She needs to put her body on Siak to push her away from the rim, not put her hands on her, you know, as we already know that the referees are quite sensitive to call these actions.
But it's so great that we actually know, we almost know before the referee makes the call that they're going to make the call. Miem was open, poor pass by Siak out of bounds. Miem has it, 10 on the possession, to the middle, doesn't get the drop, but draws the foul. And that's already the 4th team foul for Slovenia with 7 minutes of this game to go.
That was a great read from Miem. She had Zdozek on her back, you know, playing. When you have a shorter player, you have to take that opportunity and go and play her, especially if you're Miem.
Well, the great thing for Slovenia now is their control. Their defensive pressure has got them into this situation. But now with the fouls, they've got to be controlled with that pressure. They cannot keep sending France to the line. Miem misses the first. One bullet is dodged by Slovenia. Mia makes the second. So Slovenia on the back of some huge results today, trying to round it off with quite possibly the biggest result of them all. Ablamovic, Evans will roll. 10 on the possession. Baric breaks the defense down, tries to find the open player, does, and Dumerc fouls. And she goes on to 3 fouls, a 14-second reset for Slovenia. Asic puts it on the floor, goes at Siak. Balic with 7 on the possession. Looks to attack it, needs a pass, goes with a reverse layup for 2. She's been doing that since she was probably able to walk. Finds a way to get an angle, and Baric taking over in the 4th. Slovenia by 6.
I can't believe that Siak didn't block that shot, you know.
Zhang Yang lines up the 3, is long. I don't think France have the 3-point arsenal to get back in there from beyond the arc. Great read by Dumerc. Again, she comes up with a major play. And that'll be shots.
I think that would be signal for Coach Grcic to put the block back as well.
Well, Abramovic, as many players in the history of this game have found out, Dumerc will sucker you into a lot of things. And again, get another look at the Baric reverse layup. Uses the ring to protect the ball from the Siak block. But Dumerc just bought the foul. It was a foul, but she made sure it was called.
As you mentioned earlier, now Slovenia has to really be careful about who they fall and if they, like, why they fall. You know, they should not commit no reason but fouls at this rare moment to put them on the free throw line and just give them that chance to get these easy shots to get closer to their leading.
Dumerc makes the first. Chance to close this to a 4-point game. Still 6:18 to go. Well, Dumerc comes up with just 1 for 2. Evans has the ball knocked away. And you've got to think that Persic's injury is a little more serious than perhaps we thought. She's still no sign of her coming back. She's trying to stretch it out a little off the bench, trying to keep it active just in case her team needs her. You can see her right in the background of your picture now, right against the corner of the gym, trying to walk that off. Evans is going to have to play huge if Persic can't come back. And here is Evans. Finds Baric. Could just be Nika Baric's time. Oblak outside, puts it on the floor. Mois good on the show. They call the offensive foul. And for those of you that have been with us all day, you're not going to be surprised that the moving screen is going to be called. That was late, definitely late on the screen.
Yeah, absolutely. And Slovenian team has to be really careful for that reverse passes all the way from one side of an court to another. France is ready to steal these balls.
Pupa, who can break you down in the blink of an eye, the guard. Siak's going to try and hand off. Pupa, great defense, Bobak, just gave her a hard time to receive. Pupa. Mont going up, off the glass for 2, blows it, throws it over the ring. Everybody's on the floor. Oblak has it, Evans runs the floor. Oblak got to make a decision here, goes up with a poor looking shot. And Sarah Michelle comes up with a great defensive play. Handles it in transition, great decision. And we've got a foul on the play. Sarah Michelle, big decision. Defensively was superb and then just made a great decision on the end of the break. She's already come up with a block. Slovenia are going to take the timeout. Leads it, head up, looks at the options. Touch passes in to Mont, who goes up, draws contact. In fact, I'm not even sure if she was going up.
I think it's hard to get up with the shot when you have a big baggage on your back, you know. Maury's just kind of jumped on her back, trying to make sure that she's now going to score and have one from the free throw line.
It's they're in the penalty anyway, still 5:23 to go. Every foul is going to send France to the line.
If it's transition pick and roll, it's okay. If it's not, nothing, set the offense. The ball must go. Okay.
It's quite impressive performance from French team to have only 8 turnovers so far in the game. Slovenia needs to protect the ball at this stage of the game as well, you know, because France is ready to punish every stupid, silly mistake by a quick fast break, as we just seen by Michelle.
So Slovenia having taken their first timeout of this half. Persic, still no sign of her taking that t-shirt off and getting back into uniform. She's prowling around in the corner. If they were going to put her back, maybe they'd have done it by now. Who knows? Won't. Can't make the free throw. I've said this before, if you want to be a free throw shooter, shoot a lot of free throws. Make yourself a good free throw shooter, then it doesn't matter what the pressure of the moment is. You'll step up and you'll make it. Makes the second. 4-point game, and Baric has it. Nika Baric. Who would you rather have with the ball? Answer, no one. A holding foul away from the ball, good call by the official. Sarah Michelle again, who plays too much defense with her arms and hands.
But who doesn't this championship, right? As we can see.
But the officials are calling it, which is the difference, away from the ball in particular. They're just trying to clean the game up, which I think is a great move. They're still going to let you bang and play physical, but you've got to clean it up with the holds. Oh, I thought the easy layup was going to be there for Oblak. Stops, pops for 2, doesn't get the roll. Epupa has it, looks to run. Kenton Young's down the floor, should be an easy 2, and is rewarded for the effort of running the floor. Halfway through this 4th quarter, and Slovenia have dried up offensively. They lead by 2. Nika Baric. Evans feels a little contact, and if you work hard, good things happen. It's worked harder than anybody else, recognized the situation, and ticks it over for Slovenia. Shannon Young with a mismatch in the post, goes to work on the inside for the easy 2.
France is definitely putting a little bit pressure now on the Slovenian team. Causes some turnovers, not prepared shot. But as you said, Maja Erkic was at the right time, at the right place, and she put that effort going, 5 with that free ball. She read it really well. She had that distance to see all the action, to be ready to be where she needed to be.
Slovenia still clinging on to the 2-point lead. Nika Baric and Epupa at the point, matching up. Ashante Evans with Siak. You'd have thought she'd like to play her on the dribble. Goes inside. They're going to call that before the shot, I think. Shannon Young is with a part where she was fouled. They called her on D'Angela Shannon Young, so they must have called it on the catch because Evans didn't waste much time getting it up. Siak sits. The game is going on around her at the moment. She's just unable to really have an impact. Miem is back. France in the penalty 2 from now on. Valerie Garnier is a little perplexed at the call.
They're just discussing if there's going to be a 2 free throws or...
End line ball is what they called straight away, and end line ball is what it is. But both, in fact, sideline ball. That's an interesting interpretation of where the foul was. Unless the foul was called on the pass, so no problem. We're off and run. Oh, Epupa's so quick. Comes up with a steal, going up, off the glass, blows it. Great effort on the glass. Ball comes up with the offensive rebound, but just throws it away. Erkic again with the be in the right place at the right moment play. Evans shows the experience, backs it out, tries to go at Miem on the dribble, can't get any change there. Oblak with a back cut, blows the easy short jumper. I don't know if anything is easy at the moment. 2-point game, Slovenia with the basketball, 3.5 to go in the 4th. Baric just takes it to the hole, and one. Impact, quality, An absolute bravery. Gets to the ring for two. Baric goes to 15 with 1 to come.
I don't think if Slovenia realized how important that offensive rebounds was by Lisek, you know, give the opportunity for Baric to go and score this and one such important moment at this game. But still, we have 3.5 minutes to go. I'm going to be interested to see if Slovenia is going to keep up the pressure on the French team.
Well, they've done so well in this quarter after being in the penalty from very early on to still stay up the floor without giving away too many free throws. Baric making this a 5-point game if she makes it, which she does. And Dumert with 3:31 comes back into the game in the period known as Dumert time. And she's now faced with a tough one. Can she navigate France out of this hole? Liam, who's seen it all before. Michelle backs herself for the three, buries it. We said earlier on, Sarah Michelle is probably the only player that gives them that deep threat that's consistent. Backed herself, knocked it down, 2-point game. Oblak, guarded by Sarah Michelle. Got to stay in stance, don't need to reach right now. Balic just takes it past Dumert, reverse layup. Oh! Super move by Nika Balic. Dumert will back it out for France. Slovenia with a 4-point lead, 2:40 to go. Young has it in the post, and Balic goes to try and steal, but fouls. And maybe the emotion of the moment got the better of her. Picks up the third foul. She saw the opportunity for the steal, but we get a replay of the Michelle three. A lot of guts, a lot of confidence, but that, when you go in a gym from the age that she did and just teach yourself how to finish plays, that's what you can do in moments like this. Chenignon makes the free throw. Becomes a 1-possession game on the back of that. Can she close it to 2? Can't get the second. Evans comes down. She's been immense while she's been in the game for Persic. Oblak and Dumert. Urkic. Shante Evans slits. Urkic in the lane. Stops. Pops. Gets the roll. Trademark for Urkic. 5-point game. Slovenia clinging. Playing with so much belief. Is this the team that was pointless for 6.5 minutes? A whistle away from the ball. Urkic again in the action on the stand. Chedignon's going back to the free throw line. Urkic is going to take no further part. And that's a big loss. And there you see again the hand on the back. Easy call for the official. They've been so consistent. Chedignon again to try and make this a 1-possession game. An eternity left, 2:15. Young finishes it, 2 for 2 from the line. Baric has it, guarded by Michelle, who's really done a nice job keeping her hands out of there in the last few minutes of the game. Evans will hand it off to Baric. They didn't get the slip play. Evans attacks it, great little move, but what a block. But they come up with it. Oblak, 7 on the possession, plenty of time. Finds a little hole, fires the 2, it's short. We've got a whistle on the play. And they're gonna call that on Lisek. And they're gonna walk the floor to shoot the throws with 1:53 to go. And they're gonna have to go to Persic because Lisek is fouled out.
It's another free throws for the French team.
And Persic, he was so good. Persic was so good earlier in the game. He's gonna put a body on the line for a team right now. And Lisek, great box out. Again, the credit for Miem to just box out and do the fundamental thing. And now she's got to step to the free throw. Went 1 from 2 on her last trip. Needs to go and make both. Chance to make this a 1-point game. Sweet as you like. The whole gym is on their feet here. Goes 2 for 2. And Baric is held, they let it go. Nico Baric, Sarah Michel, one-on-one. Oblak gets it. Takes Dumerc off the dribble. Baric, where you want the ball to be. Steps back for 3, surely not. Oh, it falls into Evans' hands and she blows the offensive putback. Big opportunity for Slovenia, goes a begging. And Dumerc in her time. She's been here before and she loves it. Sarah Michel will move it on. Slovenia have to trust their defense. They stay man to man. All of a sudden, there was a whistle. Wouldn't mind seeing it again. Ashante Evans. Yep. We're now 39 minutes into the game. You'd have thought they'd have recognized you keep your hands out and the referees leave you alone. And Evans sticks her hand in. Has to be a call. Teresa, earlier in the game, that matchup zone gave France all sorts of problems, and they've ignored it in this fourth quarter. Yeah. With this foul trouble now, is it a time? Is it a big gamble to go back to it now? We've got the 1-point lead.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised that Slovenia hasn't come up with that zone defense to again change the rhythm of the game, because all we've seen now is just the French team to be going to the free throw line and just getting every point by every point. You know, now they have a chance to lead this game. And I absolutely agree, they should have changed a little bit, you know. With the foul troubles now, without the Lisek, they have to put the pressure on them.
Well, 1:09 to go, 66-65. The one thing it would stop if they did want to go back and have a look at it is they'd stop that Jadmignon matchup or post up on the switch, and then at least be able to force France out of this rhythm they're in at the moment, which is a very, very good place they are. Sarah Michel, great free throw shooter on the free throw line to give France back the lead. They trail by 6.
Michel has been amazing past couple of minutes in the defense, you know, trying to deflect every ball, trying to put the pressure on Baric, which we could see that they switched defense with Dumerc to go on her. She has a bigger body to cover that quickness of Baric.
Well, France take the lead. Slovenia took the timeout before the free throw. Questionable. Oblak on the floor, guarded by Dumerc. Oblak tries to turn the corner, settles for a step back. Great rebound by Persic. On one leg at the moment, comes up with an offensive rebound. Oblak, little hesitation, finds space underneath. Great defense by Amon. Finds Dumerc. Dumerc tries to buy the foul, gives it up. Plenty of time here. Slovenia have to trust their defense. Jadmignon on this post-up has been very productive for the last couple of minutes. I'm all for 2. Timeout Slovenia. 26 seconds left in the game. France have the lead by 3.
That was such a smart play from French team, you know, recognizing that Chachuk has a mismatch straight away. They don't have players to guard her. Great read from Céline Dumerc to deliver the ball straight away to the advantage of this possession.
The last 5 possessions, apart from the foul with Ashante Evans, Jadmignon's touched the ball every single time, and Slovenia have decided to just stay with it and back their man-to-man defense. Now they've got to back their ability to score. Balic has 18 points, what you wouldn't give for 21 right now. 69-66. France have been on the edge of an upset defeat. They may have got out of jail here, but this game has been a game of so many ups and downs and surprises. Who knows how this is going to finish right now?
I'm sure France is going to put the pressure now on the Baric to enable her to create the opportunities for that last shot.
Well, they always have the opportunity now to foul. I don't know if they will. If they foul and Slovenia go to the free throw line, France will get it back. Garnier has timeout. She's going to advance the ball. Depends on your philosophy of how to win the games at the moment. Here we go then. 26 seconds remain. Slovenia in their first appearance at a EuroBasket have an opportunity to tie it and take it to overtime. Balic will get it. Baric is going to go quick. Feels it. Oblak for three. He's off. Evans is after it. Everybody's after it. Possession arrow belongs to Slovenia. They're going to get another look at this. France won't get the ball back if Slovenia run this down.
Now I can see a French coach saying to her players, foul, commit that foul, so they get the 2 free throws and we have a chance to have that last possession of the game.
Oh, there's the philosophy coming through. Oh, they got the three. Oblak for three. Way off. Evans going to go up for two. And France will take the timeout. It's a 1-point game with 11.8 seconds to go. Evans had to take the two because it was just no way. There's plenty of time here to get a stop. Plenty of time to get a steal.
11 seconds is way a lot in basketball. Anything can happen still, you know, the game is open. Obviously the advantage is a little bit on the French side at the moment, but you know, you never know. The game is so close and there's been so many ups and downs in this game, so you can't expect just to be sure that you're going to win this game, but just 1 point the lead, 11 seconds to go.
Well, the other opportunities Slovenia have, they may decide to foul and try and foul the right person, give themselves a shot at a 2 to tie it or a 3 to win it. If France don't complete from the free throw line, it's just that the French on the floor at the moment are all very, very, very good free throw shooters.
The French team has missed so far 6 free throws, so now that's the question, yeah. Are you going to foul them to hope that they're not going to score, so we can just score a 2-point basket?
Skrella's back in for that very reason. Good free throw shooter. Jenny Young has done a good job from the free throw line tonight. Sometimes it's can be a little interesting. But they're going to try and get it to Dumerc. You've got to believe they're going to stop Dumerc. You want to hope they stop Dumerc getting the basketball if you're a Slovenian fan, and hope they get it to Skrella and just put some pressure on her. She's just come back into the game. And let's see what, whoever gets it, maybe they're going to try and foul straight away. Probably have to. There's the foul. Gail Skrella's been sitting there for a long time in this game. And now she has to step up and make 2. And even in making 2, Slovenia still have a shot at the 3-point. Shot to tie the game. Skrella on the free throw line. Well, there's the first one. Again, steps back from the free throw line. You always know it's a sign of a miss coming. If she misses this one, Slovenia can just go down the floor and score to win. Makes the second, no time has to go. Baric needs it, gets it. Can't foul now because that'll tie the game. Baric gonna go for the 3 or the 2. Dumerc with a steal. Celine Dumerc almost comes up with a game winner again. I'm not sure if Baric was looking to shoot the 3 to win it or the 2 to tie.
Now Slovenian coach using this little moment to give an instruction to her team, his team, as they don't have any more timeouts left.
They're going to check the possession though to see if they made the right call. They can do that in the last 2 minutes of the game. Sometimes it's a great idea. This time now it adds to the tension. If it's inconclusive, they'll stay the same way. It does take them a long time sometimes. Just a simple, who did the ball come off? Big call if he changes the call. Garnier trying, and there you go, stay the same. Now Baric is taking it from the sideline. That's a big call. There's no way she's gonna get it back. Oblak with a back screen will pop, gets it, takes the 3. Is short and France got out of jail. France have looked defeat straight in the eye and have found a way to get a win. All Black with a one shot to try and win the game. France showed why they are France in terms of really toughing this one out.
Exactly, and I don't think Slovenia has nothing to be embraced of, but I can understand that at this very moment they don't care about it. They were so close to upset a big team of France, and I'm sure they're not going to be happy by this result.
Well, there's confirmation. France managed somehow to get a 70-68 win. Slovenia taking their EuroBasket debut almost. Ended day one with the biggest upset of a number of upsets today. They'll be back tomorrow. They've shown they are competitive. They have real opportunity to make it to the second round. And with Serbia's defeat, this group is wide open. Crowd has been absolutely amazing here. The Slovenian fans stood for the whole game. And they took France to the edge. And France somehow get their EuroBasket Women 2017 campaign off to a winning start. There are the stats.
Yeah, I don't think there's been too much difference in stats, you know. Having this close game, yeah, there's been Slovenia even took almost by 9 more rebounds in the game, which definitely reflects that effort they put in, how much they wanted to win this game.
The turnovers balanced it out with 17, 18 turnovers for Slovenia. And so France, with Céline Dumerc in the thick of the action in the last 3 minutes, as you would expect. Baric with 18 points, led all scorers. Rosic's loss through injury was big for Slovenia. She came back at the end, but less than 100%. So France have an opportunity not only to cement their place with a 2-0 tomorrow, but really, if they beat Serbia, put them in a very, very precarious position going forward.
Yeah, I almost heard that heavy stone going down from the horse of the French player to get this win, to secure this win.